This is part 7 of Bootstrap tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss some of the Bootstrap classes that we can use to style images. Along the way, we'll also discuss how to build a simple Bootstrap photo gallery. First, let's look at some of the image classes that we already discussed. We discussed these classes in detail with examples in part 5 of this video series. Notice how the style of the image changes depending on the image class that's being applied. Now, let's look at a few other classes that we can use along with images. These classes are extremely useful to position an image. Let's understand the use of these classes with an example. Let's flip to Visual Studio. Notice on this page right here we've got our container. Within the container we've got a single row. Within this row we've got a single column. Notice this column is spanning across all the 12 available logical units in the Bootstrap grid system. Within this column we've got an image element which is pointing to computer.png. This image is present within our images folder. Along with the image we also have got some static text right here. So if we view this page in the browser, this is how the page looks like at the moment. Notice we've got our image on the left hand side. There's a single line of text on the right hand side of the image. The rest of the text is present below the image. Now let's say we want to display this image in the center of the page. To achieve this, we can make use of this class, center block. Now let's see what's going to happen if we apply this class on this image element. Let's save our changes, reload this page. Notice the image is positioned in the center of the page. All of the text is present below the image. But at the moment this image is not responsive. Notice when the screen size changes, the image size does not change. To make this image responsive, we use a different class, and that is img responsive, which we already discussed. Let's save our changes, reload the page, and when the screen size changes, the image size also changes. Now let's say we want to display the image on the left hand side of the page, and we want all this text to wrap around the image. To display the image on the left hand side we use a different class, and that is pull left. So let's use pull left instead of center block. Let's save our changes, reload this page. Now notice we have the image on the left hand side and we have this text floating on the right hand side of the image. If you want this image to be displayed as a thumbnail, we use a different class, and that is image thumbnail, which we already discussed. Let's save the changes, reload the page. Notice now we get a little border around the image. Now if you want this image to be on the right hand side, then instead of using pull left, use pull right. Let's save the changes, reload the page. Notice now we have the image on the right hand side. Now let's look at how to build a simple photo gallery using Bootstrap. We want our photo gallery to be like this. So at the top of the page we want the title to be Bootstrap Image Gallery, and on a medium device we want just 3 thumbnails per row, and on a large device we want 4 thumbnails, and on a small device we want 2 thumbnails. On an extra small device like a mobile phone we want just 1 thumbnail, and we want this thumbnail to be clickable. So when we click on the thumbnail we want to see the original image, and within the thumbnail we also want the name of the image displayed as a caption. So let's see how easy it is to build this image gallery using Bootstrap. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to use the images that come with Windows operating system. I'm using Windows 7, and on Windows 7 this is the path where we have these sample pictures, c:\users public pictures sample pictures. I've already copied all these images into the images folder. So I'm going to get rid of this image element and all this static text. I'm going to leave that single column that we have, which is spanning across all the 12 logical units in the Bootstrap grid system, but I'm going to change the name of the class to column LG12. So on every screen size we get a single column that is 12 units wide. And the first thing that we want to do is display the title on the page, Bootstrap Image Gallery. To display that I'm going to use an H3 element, and let's type the text Bootstrap Image Gallery, and then we want to build our thumbnails now. So I'm going to create a div element and apply the class attribute. So on a large device we want 4 thumbnails, so I'm going to use call LG3. So 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, so that means we will get 4 thumbnails on a large screen size. On a medium device we want 3 thumbnails, so I'm going to use call MD4. So 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, so we get 3 thumbnails. On an extra small device, on a small device, we want 2 thumbnails, so I'm going to use SM6 for small. So 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, so we get only 2 thumbnails. On an extra small device like a mobile phone, by default it's going to display only 1 thumbnail anyway, so I'm not going to include that class. So that's our div element, and we want the thumbnail to be clickable, so I'm going to use an anchor element and I'm going to set its href attribute to the image. So images, let's use the first image, so this href attribute is pointing to that image, and I'm going to apply thumbnail class on the image element. So this thumbnail class is going to make this anchor element and all its content display like a thumbnail. So whatever we are going to have inside this anchor element, that will be displayed as a thumbnail when we apply this thumbnail class. And within the thumbnail, what we want the caption for the image, and that's going to be the name of the image. So to display that caption, I'm going to use the paragraph element, and the caption is going to be the name of the image. And then we want the image itself displayed as a thumbnail, so I'm going to use the image element here, and I'm going to set its source attribute to the first image. So that's all there to it. Let's save our changes, reload this page. So at the moment we only have one image. So notice that image is displayed as a thumbnail. When I hover the mouse over, it changes to a hand symbol indicating that we can click on that one, and when we click on that one we see the original image, and we also have the title and we have the caption for the image. And now we need to do the same thing for the rest of the images that we have here. In the interest of time, I have already typed the required HTML, so I'm going to copy that from our notepad and paste it right here. It's pretty much the same HTML. What differs is the name of the image. I'll have all this HTML available on my blog in case you need it. So let's save this, and when we reload this page, notice on a large screen size we get 4 thumbnails, and as we change the size of the screen, notice on a medium device, on a large device 4, on a medium device 3, on a small device 2, and on an extra small device like a mobile phone we have only 1. And when we click on any of the thumbnails, we get to see the original image. So it's that easy to build an image gallery using Bootstrap. Thank you for listening and have a great day.